Hello there, little berry true crime fans, Eryberrie here. Bit of a different one today, kind of vlog style. I appreciate this may not be why people subscribe, but this is something I've thought about doing for a while. Is basically to put a discussion out there and to tell you something about myself, which is that I don't like true crime. I don't. I hate, I loathe, I detest, I despise true crime. So why do I do a true crime channel? Well, if you're someone who loves true crime because of the crime, then there's something wrong with you. You shouldn't love true crime because it hurts people, it hurts the world, it causes damage, it causes harm. And if you're someone who loves that, nah. Why do we watch true crime dramas or non-fiction like documentaries? Why do we do videos like we do on our true crime channels? Why are there true crime podcasts and subreddits? Why? What is it that makes us do it? Is it the strive for justice, that we want to see people who do bad things be held accountable? Is it because we are kind of like Sherlock Holmes, get bored easy, and solving crimes is the ultimate distraction? Are we people that genuinely want to help? Are we people that really do want to get bad people off the streets, a bit like striving for justice? Or is it that mental exercise that really gives our brains that good workout that we need, because there's a massive payoff at the end, and that payoff is to solve the crime? And solving crimes is a bit akin to when I was doing my degree. I will be going back to it soon. I did a maths module, and some of my other modules did have maths in it, so it was all physics and stuff. Cracking an equation gave me a big, I've done it. And I suppose in a way, solving a crime does that, but it's very personal. You're never going to right a wrong. But someone who, like us armchair detectives, who study true crime because we want to figure out the what, the when, the why, and more importantly, the who. We want to find out who did this. We want to get justice for the victims. I remember watching something called the Agatha Christie Code, and it gave insight into why we love this type, love the genre, so to speak, of crime. Which is that after going on this big loop, you've played detective, like armchair detective, you've been a witness as well, sometimes you've seen it through the eyes of the victim. And then in the end, when the summing up comes along, you get a flood of serotonin, you get a relief from the tension. It's like being pulled tight and you get a relief. And I suppose that's what we enjoy, the relief, because the tension makes that relief worthwhile. For me, the most frustrating cases are the unsolved ones. I've done quite a few, the Setagaya murders, completely. But sometimes it's not just the who, it's the why. Now, a lot of people tend to victim blame to figure out why. Because sometimes in cases where the person who did it never admits it, or they plead guilty, like for example in the Chris Watts case, we never really get a definitive answer, and we want answers, we want to understand. So human psychology is more complex than physics, I tell you. There's no equation for psychopathy, although there is a test. The why humans behave the way they do, why we do the things we do, and why we have laws against those things is fascinating. And one such case I did on my channel, which consumed me, was the Grikverstad murders. Because even today when I was on a break from work, I was thinking about it and thinking, why did Don Steenkamp do that? And the motive put forward by the court was the fact that he wanted to have relations with his sister, and of course he didn't want anyone finding out. And for me, that's not strong enough. I was racking my brains about what was he thinking and feeling by eliminating his father, who he felt didn't feel that he measured up to his, his standards, and he was frustrated with that, and he felt that he did measure up. His dad just was never happy with him. His sister was always better than him no matter what he did. If he eliminated all three of them, then he would be the sole focus of the whole family. Maybe he was sick to death of his sister being the star of that family, and that if he got rid of all three of them, he would be the only member of that family. So of course everyone will dote on him. And I have seen pictures, I've seen footage of the court case. I think he was loving it. He was loving that his family wanted to, in their hearts, believe in his innocence. Yet even the grandmother said, look, based on the evidence, he has to be guilty. And it amazes me that people will allow their emotions to cloud their better judgment. It's part of what makes us human. We do that. When you look into a case, you have to leave emotions at the door. I'm sorry, but you do. Because it will cloud your judgment. Because sometimes when we look into a case and we believe based on circumstantial supposition that somebody is the perpetrator, it turns out that they're not. That's when we make a grave mistake. Stefan Kishko, for example, Susan May. Just because someone has motive and opportunity doesn't mean they did it. Hardcore evidence outweighs and completely tops any kind of gut feeling, because gut feeling isn't always right. It really isn't. I've had gut feeling about people and been wrong. I've had gut feeling and it's been right, but it's just a flip of a coin, really. But sometimes you have a gut feeling that doesn't give you an answer, but gives you a prompt to go and find an answer. And you either confirm or deny something. But if a relative of yours has committed a crime and they are absolutely 100% de facto guilty, you love them, I get that. But that doesn't mean they're innocent. And that doesn't mean that whoever it was they did their wrong against deserved it. And there are many other people out there who do the same with their families, who blame the victim because it's easier for them, because they don't want to think of their loved one as a murderer, or they want to be able to understand that that person had a reason to do what they did. No, you fucking didn't. And I'm going to do a reaction in a moment to a case. I'm actually going to put it out and after this one. And it has one of the biggest cases of victim blaming I've ever seen. And I'm sick to death of this. On this channel, we don't victim blame. If you victim blame in the comments, we don't do that on this channel. No drama on this channel. We are for justice only. Yeah, this has been a bit ranty, but I had to say this. I'd like to know what you think. I always say that. If you want to see more true crime, please subscribe. I'm on my way to hitting 500, and when I do, I'll be able to put posts on YouTube. I'll be able to put polls and shout people out. I'll be able to put pictures and stuff. So help me get there, please. And tweet this out to people, pop it on Facebook, tell your friends, tell your family. The more people know about this channel, the bigger it'll be. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.